to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association on the station.
It's phishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights as it continues to roll along here. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host as always to my left. If you guys want to join in on the show again, we got the Men's March Madness Championship on the airwaves, but if you want to follow the streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 961, the shows continue to go on nonetheless. Shout out to Brave Husker, first one in here. First brewer, I should say, as we lay them, says, "What's up, Chancellor?" Again, feel free. Any of you guys chime in. 402-464-5685, also available to you. But nonetheless, Chancellor Brewington, how's it going? I'm going to knock on wood here. Beautiful Monday night. Let's hope it continues this way for the rest of the week.
Right. No, it's going good. And shout out to the Brewers. That's the name me and Harrison figured out for the show last week, if y'all was here. Sorry about last week, by the way. Everyone who was tuning in. I was stuck at a funny story. So I was at church, right? And
not the worst place to be for an excuse to start out. First thing, right. Not gonna get between that guy.
Right. So I'm at church and I'm like, yo, Harrison, like I'm just gonna call in tonight, woo woo. And then I'm in Bible study and the pastor go, hey, I need a Bible. I say, oh, you can use mine. And then he go, and he get to ranting on it, and it's like about 8. I'm like, okay, like we're gonna get it back. And he go off, and then it like people start getting emotional in there. People start crying, and I say, yeah, I'm gonna be here all night. I ain't end up leaving till like 9.
Oh, so you worked? Yeah, you worked past the show and then some.
Yeah. I would have missed the whole thing, but I'm glad to be back. Glad to have a good show in. But yeah, I would just say, what's the word of encouragement? You got one for today?
You know, we had a lot of motivational stories from Chef Bob Haney. Shout him out. Heavenly Waffles. Have you had the chance to try Heavenly Waffles?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you know what we're talking about. You know, Chef Bob isn't
Yeah.
just a title. It's Chef Bob's real. He's got a lot of crazy motivational stories, but the biggest thing he always kind of preached on was, you know, especially younger self, is you gotta not be so damn hard on yourself.
Oh my goodness. I screenshotted something the other day.
So that stress builds up, and typically if you're that hard on yourself, you're constantly, because once you start building that doubt in yourself consistently and you put these goals that are impossible, and as a result you keep missing on all these goals, pretty soon you just start to believe I'm not capable of it. And then you just go down a darker road.
This ain't to add religion into it, but it's like God has a lot of patience with you. Learn to have patience with yourself.
Exactly.
That was man, that's great advice. I love that. Just learn to have patience with yourself.
And we do got another question from Brave Husker here. I don't know if you want to start with this or you got some more things on the plate.
Yeah, let's do it.
But the QB battle already,
oh my goodness,
heating up. I love this because Kalen, he's a dog too. Like everything about him. Again, I'm not at the practices. I'm not able to see it.
Right.
But just kind of hearing outside, it's a real competition in there. Like Kalen isn't going in there with any sort of doubt in his head. So Brave Husker, thoughts on the QB battle so far? Is Rayola the guy to beat, or does he have Heinrich Haarberg have a lead?
That was the question?
Yeah, Heinrich Haarberg.
Okay. I can say a little bit of what I heard. This is what I heard.
Yeah, don't get in trouble. I don't want you to have to.
No, I'm not going to get in trouble. I heard everyone is performing better than everyone thought.
Don't tempt me to drink the Kool-Aid. I've been burned too many times by it.
So you could take that as how you want.
That's a good way to say that.
You could take that as how you want. Take that as how you want. But I think now taking the bias out of it, taking the bias and what I know out of it, which is very hard. I would say the two youngsters are supposed to be in high school. They're supposed to be in high school right now.
Yeah, they're just getting their early spring workouts.
Right, they're high schoolers. So to say they're even performing well, because this is what happened when coaches get in the meeting and they're not performing well. This is what they go. You know, he has a lot of things he has to work on, but he's getting the hang of it. That's how it goes. But if he's performing well, then the conversation goes, yeah, he's exceeding expectations. He's doing really good. But they gotta be careful saying those type of things because
100%.
It's Raiola and Danny not no
Elite 11 QB, man.
Yeah, like he's an elite guy. Like he's a big time recruit. So they know how Nebraska fans are. So they can't say too much. But for them to not say, he still has to catch some things up. Like he still has to learn. Like that's how you can as a player, I can like weed through the comments. Like, okay, I know what's going on without being at practice, without even hearing. So I would just say it's better. It's better than I thought it was going to be. So, I mean,
when that's, and again, you got to take that as you will. But if you have the quote unquote best quarterback in the draft class, 247 on 3, I don't care.
Right.
But regardless, at least in that conversation, for him to be above expectations, or Harburg or Kalen, again, Elite 11 guy,
right.
You know, that's things to be excited about.
No,
if those guys are outperforming. Now they are young. Keep in mind. So
Yeah.
what is, you know, freshman expectations look like?
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to those two, we can go with the offense, we can go with the defense. But when, you know, what is the real challenges? I know it's not a position you play, but that you think a freshman quarterback, again, we talk, Kalen's still got to walk the stage and graduate high school.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
what is that jump? Because, you know, they're 18 years old. I think one of them might be 19, but I'm pretty sure they're both 18 years old. You're going to have, especially with COVID year, some players 24, 25 years old, and you are the leader. If you're in that quarterback position, you got to lead those guys. What's kind of the challenge of that balance of being a strong voice despite being a young age?
Yeah, I think you have to take it as in steps. I don't think it's time to be the vocal leader on the team. I think someone on the offense has to take that leadership role. I don't think you put it on an 18-year-old quarterback. I think what you put on his shoulders is to know his responsibilities, know his job, know the playbook, know the reads, know the installs, know the game plan for the week. And I think you take it as that. And going forward, I think someone on the offense, especially like probably an O-lineman, you got Ben Scott, but you need a skill player to step up. So I don't know if that's Fedoni. I don't know if that's Nate.
Could be a portal guy, Banks as well. Maybe not portal guy because he's, I'd imagine,
right.
A veteran. I mean, how long does that take, do you think, for a portal guy? He's a veteran player, though, to still get acclimated to a new system.
It's tough. I mean, I'm trying to think of the portal guys that came in and really had a word, or Samari. I would say Samari did that.
Yeah.
Samari did that for us as a leader.
IGC transferred in too, right?
Yeah.
If I'm correct. And he popped off right away, just didn't maintain.
Yeah. He got hurt, but I would just say from like a vocal standpoint, not from the play.
Okay.
Not from the play. So I would just say, like, once you get measured, that's why the spring is so important, because you spend so much time during winter workouts, spring, and then you come back for summer. Like, you're really part of the team after spring ball. Like, and you going into summer, like right after summer workouts, like it feel like you've been part of the team for like 2 years. So I would say, yeah, just some skilled player need to be a vocal leader and really take a new role, because you're gonna have to relieve some pressure from or for Danny or Raiola. And obviously you got HH. I'm just saying that the scenario of the freshmen starting this year.
Yeah, I don't know how much time. What are your thoughts on, right off the bat, new quarterback coach Glenn Thompson? Like, what's your kind of thoughts on him? And just having a different, you know, takes some of the plate off Satterfield. He can get back with the tight ends. You know, what do you think that allows for the quarterback room to really get working on?
I don't know what his philosophy is, because I think that's a very particular position. A lot of quarterback coaches like certain footworks, like certain actions, certain just a bunch of different stuff. Like, some quarterbacks are heavy on play fakes. Like, oh, you need to carry out your play fakes. Like, some quarterback coaches are heavy on footwork, and obviously some coaches are just sound in all of it. So I don't know what type of philosophy is. I don't even know what type of offense he runs. I don't know if he's a West Coast guy, a spread guy, inside zone. I don't know if he
seems to play to his fit. Like, I will say this, he seems to definitely adapt to what he has.
Can we pull up? Can we pull up where he's been?
Yeah, we can pull it up right now.
Let's see where he's been, because I feel like you can tell
kind of a similar arc as like Matt Rule in terms of like going back and forth, but
really?
we'll get his full history here,
because maybe we'll get like a little insider on something. Maybe I've got like a
yeah. As we get this though, I do want to play this though, because we're speaking about quarterbacks anyway. What not better way than to listen to Matt Rule on the quarterback depth chart while we get this information from Glenn Thompson, new QB coach at Nebraska. But in the meantime, as we get that ready, here is Rule as we're speaking quarterbacks here on the competing on the depth chart.
Yeah, they're right on track. Further ahead probably than I thought. There was a time, Steve, where I used to be like, hey guys, don't worry about where you're on the depth chart. And I think I said this the other day, so forgive me, but don't worry about the depth chart. Just learn and grow. And fundamentally, that's what I believe. But if the players are obsessed with where they are, then I'm like, okay, well then figure it out. Go win. Like, and we, sometimes live in a world now where everyone's like, well, why does this person get this? Why is it? Just worry about you. Be great at what you do. We've never kept a great player on the bench. We never have. So I think all three quarterbacks, what that's doing is one guy sees a guy flip the protection and he says, oh, I'm going to flip the protection. It's just players learn from players way more than they learn from coaches. And, if you're one of the freshmen and you see the other freshman quarterback change the protection or adjust the route, then you're going to do it. Right. And I think Glenn's doing a great job of fostering that, and Sat's doing a great job of allowing it. And you see them, taking things, not everything's perfect, but we're definitely moving in a really accelerated pace.
Give me your key takeaways from that, and then we'll go through the thumbs.
Players learn from players more than they learn from coaches. That literally stuck out to me like a sore thumb right there.
I feel like that's been missed before in previous coaching staffs, or
I wouldn't say,
or just to hear it out loud like that.
Just to hear a head coach say that.
Yeah.
Because that's so true. That is so true. If you say you got 1s, 2s, and 3s, and you're a 2, and you see the one mess up, or you see the one do something that he was coached to do, and that adds a new perspective. You like, okay, this is the standard, or this isn't the standard. Because you learn that a coach can only tell you what to do.
Right.
A player, a veteran, or an older guy, or a leader, or the guy who's setting the standard in the group can show you what to do. So there's a big, big difference. And for him to say that he said, don't matter where you're at, but he's just letting them fight. He thrown the steak out there in the lion's cage, and whoever wanted gonna eat it, like, or gonna take it. But no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Those definitely wise words. Like, I don't, that was,
you can argue about the record, but he's been pretty much par this whole time, probably even under par in terms of killing it at the podium.
Yeah.
Like, that guy, he knows how to talk.
He's a good orator.
Yeah, he is. I mean, his father's pastor. I feel like that was the fun fact when we first got it, but then you hear him speak. And there's some truth to that. Like, your ability to connect with the players matters a lot. And if they're not buying what you're selling, good luck trying to build any culture. And part of that's trust. I think Matt Rule definitely seems to have some trust. I've talked about that before with transfer portal numbers. Like, it's been pretty impressive to me, the ability to retain, and not only retain, but continue to add on. Like, again, you got Daniel Kalen still to come back. You're knowing that Dylan Rayola is going to be in that room with him, but you convince both those guys that this is a competition.
Right.
I'm not signing no one's job here. So it does give me some hope. But let's look at Glenn Thomas' background. Early coaching career, Texas Tech student assistant. That's when it really started off. 98 to 2001. Then graduated assistant Midwestern State wide receivers. Let's see. Offensive coordinator for Midwestern State 05. And then this is kind of where I was talking about that Matt Rule arc. Then he does go to pro. Thomas left the Mustangs to join the Atlanta Falcons under when Mike Smith was hired. Spent 4 seasons there, the team's quarterbacks coach all the way to 2012. After that, he does return back to college. After the Falcons head coach Mike Smith was fired, Thomas was not retained by Dan Quinn. Thomas was then hired by Matt Rule to coach the quarterbacks at Temple. Marcus Satterfield, Temple's offensive coordinator, shifted from coaching quarterbacks to running backs. Kind of a similar arc here. So it's like kind of repeating history here. Mark Satterfield teaching the quarterbacks. They go ahead and get Glenn Thomas. Satterfield moves back from the quarterbacks, and Thomas takes that over. So this is a room that they're comfortable with each other. It does give you some hope that this is going to be a coaching staff that's going to take a long time to develop that chemistry. They kind of know. Now, they've learned some stuff in between.
Right.
But the fact that they've had that relationship before says a lot.
That's interesting.
That's
very interesting.
Yeah. And after Rule, again, was the head coach at Baylor in 2017. Thomas would join him as well as the co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, sharing the duty with Jeff Nixon, and then left for the Carolina Panthers in 2020, and then was hired by Memphis head coach Ryan to be the offensive analyst for Memphis. Let's see. And then I know he spent some time at UNLV. Yep, UNLV passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach. Left to accept assistant coaching position at Colorado. Thomas was hired as the team's offensive coordinator coach on April 23, 2020 for UNLV. And then after Zach Hill resigned from Arizona State, Arizona State, Thomas was announced offensive coordinator and quarterback coach 2021. April 5th, 2023, offensive assistant Pittsburgh Steelers. 2024, quarterback coach for Nebraska.
Wow.
So he's got a long history of
Man.
college and pro. What do you think that adds to a coach's depth when they not only have that college experience, but they've been not just one pro team, but a couple pro team runs as well?
Yeah, I think it adds a different level of standard to the room, and I think just as a player, like when just being in college, I remember when Raiola was coming from the Bears.
Yeah,
and there was just a different standard. His terminology was all NFL stuff. So you just had to it was adapt, but it was also like your knowledge increased because you had someone who's coming from where you want to go. So I think there's a different level of respect, which you should respect your coach either way, but just that NFL badge is just a little different. But to have a coach who's he's been in and out of the league and obviously has
always working.
Always working, obviously been in a lot of football games, been around a lot of systems, been in a lot of coaching, seen a lot of things, probably seen a lot of things not work.
Yeah,
probably seen a lot of things probably seen a lot of things work. And definitely it's interesting that Satterfield, all these guys have been together. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. But yeah, I think that adds a different level of trust that you can trust. Okay, the coaches know what they're doing. They've been together before. It's not like, because when coaches, I'm not about to tattle on nobody, but when coaches,
Patreon for that. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have a Patreon set up yet.
Like when coaches don't, how should I say? When there's not like a lot of trust between coaches, that trickle down to the players. And when the players don't really, when the players adopt that same untrust in the offensive coordinator or the quarterback coach or the defense coordinator or the linebacker, like then there's distrust between the position groups as well. So for the coaches, which it seems that they trust each other, they trust the system that they're in. I think that builds trust amongst the players, because now it's like, okay, my coach trust this dude to do it because they've done it before. That like when we called 22 dub, they done ran 22 dub probably 250 times in one season before. So there's no questions on it. Oh, we're gonna run it like we did in 2008 Temple Rose Bowl. Y'all remember that? You remember that, Sat? Oh yeah, I remember that. Like, and that's the chemistry. And I remember there was times in with the Frost staff that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, UCF. Remember UCF in 2017 we ran it with Gabe Davis and like. So I remember those conversations, but yeah, I just had to add that point in there. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been eventful for the Husker football. We got another comment in here, but before we get to that, did you catch his comments? Bill Belichick coming. I mean, just what an awesome experience. Bill Belichick got to come down.
Right.
What would that have been like for you as a player to be able to hear Bill Belichick, the GOAT? I'm still can't believe the Patriots thought Bill Belichick was a problem. I'm going to die on that hill.
Right.
Like, that's crazy to me.
Uh-huh.
But nonetheless, I'll take it. He had the opportunity to speak to Nebraska. And what was really key to me is that even Matt Rule saying, listening to him, I was humbled and embarrassed. Matt Rule's not.
Said humbled and embarrassed.
Yeah. Just by how, not that the X's and O's were so far out of his league, but his ability to take the complicated and make it simple.
Mm.
And his ability to, because obviously when you got, especially college level, a bunch of young guys, it's a complicated game.
Yeah.
You want to make it simple where they can still just trust their instincts and go without making them. Because, I mean, you can probably agree the worst thing a football player can do out there is think too much.
Just think at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're making the wrong play, if you're standing there thinking about it, you're not making no play at all.
Yeah.
You might be lucky if you make the wrong play.
Right.
If you're thinking, tough luck. What would it have been like to just have Bill Belichick talk to you if you had that opportunity?
Yeah, I would have took full advantage of it, definitely. And if anyone was in the arena that was serious about football and didn't have their notepad and didn't have their note pen, there's grace for you, but shame on you for real, because that's the mecca of all football coaches. You could argue he's the GOAT, but I mean, I would just say he is the GOAT. Like, I don't know what else. I mean, we're gonna put a Lombardi in there.
Yeah, I mean, you're arguing with a Mount Rushmore of GOATs.
Yeah. So either he's in the conversation either way, and the wisdom, the knowledge and understanding he has for the game is, I would say, second to none. And I mean, for him to, I've heard clips of him, but just the way he's able to just relay information to a way that the guys understand it, like and obviously his knowledge for the game and talking about defensive coach tendencies and all these different things. Like, it's probably a mastermind. I don't know if they got into like X's and O's.
Yeah, they definitely did. He
Oh
was
my
out
gosh,
there.
I would've
He was having
salivated at that.
plays on the screen.
Oh my
He was
gosh.
pausing it, the classic laser pointer. He was
Right.
going down,
He would
breaking
really
these
break it.
plays
Oh
down
my gosh.
as to this is what this defender sees. You can really create these angles. And again, taking complicated things, but just showing those small things.
Did they film it? Did someone film it? I hope Nebraska filmed that.
There was, yeah, I'm sure
They had to have filmed
I
it.
can't remember what I saw was I don't think it was leaked. It was just a small snippet. You
Right.
weren't catching anything
Right.
tantalizing.
Right.
You know, it wasn't super. It wasn't confidential, basically, is what I'm
Right.
trying to say. But it's funny that you mentioned. I hope they're taking notes. If you didn't know any better, if you saw that video that I'm talking about that was bouncing around, you would have guessed that if you knew nothing about Bill Belichick or those football, you would have thought that those guys had a bar exam the next hour.
Yeah.
Like the amount of note taking, those guys weren't.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I mean, I'd be surprised if people weren't taking it seriously, but
Right.
it was very clear.
I'm sure
Everyone-
they were. I'm
Yeah.
sure they were. You would look like a goofball in the audience not taking notes.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine someone just not paying attention?
Yeah, they're just
they
like
might cut
on
you
their
from
phone.
the team right
No,
there.
Yeah,
Like,
get
that'd
out.
be insane.
Get out. But I think that it was a coach's clinic though. So
Mhm.
all the coaches, I'm more so talking to the coaches and obviously players. I know you got young guys in who just are, I've just been in college for a year, don't really know what's going
Mhm.
on. So I'll give them grace for that. But but if you're of age and understand that he's the greatest and that you're probably never going to hear him talk unless you play for him like that in
Yeah.
a setting like that, talk about real X's and O's, like, whew, brother, let's get going.
We do got one more text here. This one from Justin. We're talking about Jamal Banks to the wide receiver transfer. And he caught this, and I'm glad he caught this because it was a good interview. He says, when you listen to Banks' interview he had with Jessica Cootie, I could see him taking that leadership role in the huddle. I think he has that experience and the want to succeed. He seems very confident and determined. Great text because if you saw that interview.
Yeah,
I think
shout out.
most
Who was
people
that? Justice?
Justin Rogge, if I'm saying that correctly.
Justin Rogge.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
If I'm saying it
Appreciate
wrong, let me know. Otherwise, I'll call you Brewer if I'm just butchering it too
Yeah.
much. But nonetheless, appreciate you guys chiming in. We got to throw it to our first break here. And if you're curious, if you are streaming and you can't get the score in front of you, March Madness National Championship. Why it was at 8 o'clock Central Time? Not even the worst time out there. Some people are out there watching at 9, 10 o'clock. 30-36. Closer game than most people thought. Purdue is holding their own. The spread was 7. UConn's got a 6-point lead still in the first half, or excuse me, not in the first half. Halftime currently. Second half will roll here shortly. So don't go anywhere. This is What's Brewing. Chancellor Brewington, the host as always. To my left, Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. We'll keep the show rolling. Talk to you guys in just a little bit.
Yeah, they're right on track. Further ahead, probably not.
And that was the Matt Rule audio. Talk to you guys in a little bit.
Rashawn Jackson, the captain here for the Body Shop, and man, did they hook me up with a great massage?
Yeah, anytime you want sound bites,
Captain has a lot of stress.
we
in his
always cut
life,
up the
as many
press.
people do, and for 1 hour, it was all relief. The team at the Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage. They hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association on the station.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
It's Pro Time Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, is playing in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match on January 24th against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Be a part of history and visit supernovas.com to secure your single match tickets today.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. This is Harrison Arns on the ones and twos as always, and we got the host of the show, What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington to my left. And if you guys want to join the show along with the fellow brewers, feel free to do so. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, Channel 961, always available to you. Score update, second half just started. UConn with the 3 early, or, you know, it could have been an M1. Just looking at the box score here, 39-30, 9-point deficit. The spread was UConn favored by 7, so currently they're covering it, but still plenty of ball left to play. That being said, I'll throw it back to the host, Chancellor Brewington. Did you make a bracket this year, Brewington?
No, I didn't. I've never made a bracket. I should have made one this year though.
You say that when it comes to the brackets, it's like it's only fun if you're one of those lucky few at the end,
right?
And when it's one of those things when it's like you can have your friend, it don't matter who it is, it could be a 5-year-old that knows nothing about basketball, and like those guys can easily outbeat you just because it's that chaotic.
Yeah,
It's fun. I wouldn't put serious money on it ever, though.
Yeah.
First that.
Yeah, this year is tough. This year is tough, especially in men's basketball. We talked about it last week, but just the fact that women's basketball this year is kind of taken over.
Oh, 100%. They had that not 16. I think I misquoted it. I think it was 12.1 for LSU and Iowa. I think it's at 16 the other day. Misquoted that one. But I believe it's like 12.1 million viewers. Like that's insane when you're beating out pro organizations that have been there. They got way more ads. They got way more televised time. They got, they're building the narrative year round, and you're still dominating it. Now, Caitlin Clark, she's got a million State Farm commercials, so you know the name, but still, just what a run. Were you able to catch last night's championship game?
I did not. I saw South Carolina win, so shout out to them. Was it close?
It was close till the very end. You could kind of feel it slipping away, especially about 5 minutes left. Iowa had a late run. Caitlin Clark unloaded the clip, rightfully so.
Really?
Tried
She
to
did
get
her
back.
thing?
Yeah, she tried to get back in at the very end. She played a pretty good game. Efficiency wise, you could argue not her best game, but still, she had over 30 points. Played a pretty damn good game, and just wasn't enough. Tell you what, though, Barbosa for South Carolina, 17 rebounds.
Woo!
An absolute terror out there.
Dog.
Like South Carolina, they're going to be a problem for a long time. Like they might take the UConn of the past in terms of girls basketball because it felt like Iowa, Caitlin Clark, like you're going to need some real stars. UConn, maybe, they've got a pretty good program still, but it's just South Carolina, undefeated season. If they would have lost the championship game, it would have been an absolute gut punch because that would have been 2 undefeated seasons in a row, except for the loss last year to Iowa in the Final Four. This year would have been again in the championship game, but luckily they're able to beat that one. Dawn Staley, shout out, great coach.
Yeah,
just her comments at the end, she's overwhelmed, but you can kind of get it from those coaches, just good people.
Yeah,
and definitely cares about those players.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that I think Angel Reese going to WNBA, Caitlin Clark, Juju Watkins coming back, and
is Paige Becker?
I think she's
coming back, or is she going to WNBA?
I don't know. She might be. I don't know if she said anything.
Injuries, I know.
Yeah.
So she could
go. I mean, I think she would probably go, but I wonder what it's going to look like in the WNBA if their viewership is going to go up.
I think it has to, right?
It has to, right?
I mean, I'm going to be tuning in to see what Caitlin Clark does. Angel Reese,
yeah.
What do you think the arc is for Caitlin Clark in terms of, because there's some people I disagree with, but I could be wrong. We've seen superstars come out of nowhere. Probably wouldn't have said Steph Curry isn't going to be a superstar right away.
That is true.
And then there he goes. Just like, even after seeing the Davidson City run, I still would have been like, I'm not so sure. No, that guy was a problem. As soon as he was, especially when he got healthy, he had a few years of just tough luck. But when he really broke out, it was pretty much immediate. What does this look like for Caitlin Clark? Do you think she makes an immediate impact? Do you think there's a feeling out period?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not familiar with the level of WNBA to college or from college. I would assume it's just like any pro league that there's a serious jump. There's a significant jump. I would say she's already levels ahead. So it would be like a top player in college men's college basketball jumping into the NBA. There's obviously let's say Paulo.
Yeah. Paulo Banchero.
Yeah,
like Duke.
Or we probably got to pick someone a little bit more.
I'm trying to think. I want to say like Zion, but his package was so different. Like he was athletic, not like a shooter. Like Steph Curry to me.
Trae Young.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Undersized, but out of Oklahoma, everyone's like, "Holy smokes, this guy can shoot."
This guy can shoot. This guy is a really whatever. I don't know how he did his first year, but I mean, he made a name for himself.
Yeah. Let's. I think Trae Young actually did pretty solid.
That's going to be our sample. That's going to be our comparison to Caitlin Clark. If you got any more comparisons, Caitlin Clark in college, a men's basketball player in college that we can compare the two to their transition into the NBA.
Yeah, that's crazy to think. 2018.
That's it?
No. That's when he first got to the league.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy.
I forget that was a year right after graduate high school. Okay, so that rookie year, a little bit surprising for Trae Young, but this was always kind of his deal, right? He took a lot of threes in college that you're like, "Ooh, is that the best shot selection?" Yeah. So I think that's always kind of been a growth period for him, but it really hasn't improved that much. And this you could argue why Atlanta's sitting 10th in the Eastern Conference right now. They just haven't been able to properly build off it. Trae Young, rookie year, he was 41% total field goal percentage. Taking into account, he's taking a lot of threes, It's 3-point total. He was only about 32% from 3, though. And surprisingly, he was only taking about 3 attempts.
How many points did he have a
game.
game?
He was still averaging a total of 19.1 points per game.
How many shots was he taking?
3.8 turnovers. Not great there.
How many shots was he taking per game? He averaged 19.
Field goals attempted, he's averaging about 15 and a half. So about 15 shots, 16 shots a game.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's not that bad. So if he's making 40%, that's like
2-point percentage was about 47%. And again, 3-point percentage, 32%. And he peaked at this year's 21-22 was his best year from the 3-point line, shooting close to 38% this year, playing pretty well, shooting 37%, rounded out career-wise, 35% 3-point shooter. That's a lot lower than I expected when I think about Trae Young, but he does take a lot of tough threes.
Yeah, he do.
I think Caitlin Clark's probably a better shooter.
Yeah, I would, and I think she's significantly better than he was in college.
I think so.
And
Yes.
just in comparison to like men's and women's.
Mhm.
No, that's no diss on Trae Young. I would say he would probably say that himself. But yeah, I think that's tough though, because you're going against 30-year-olds, you're going against 32-year-olds, you're going against vets, and the vets in the WNBA are different, because I feel like, okay, I'm gonna get canceled for saying that. Never mind.
Streaming only.
Yeah, streaming only. Okay, this might be controversial. Is the physical demand in the WNBA more or less than the NBA?
Okay.
Will I get in trouble for that?
No, I get what you're saying. Like the physical demand, it's less because in this, let's just being real. The guys are more explosive.
Yeah.
Leads to
So you can
a
play
lot more injuries.
So you can play longer in the WNBA. You think so?
There's a lot of nuance.
Because the ACL is still an ACL, right?
Yeah.
That's
but what makes the ACL pop is those explosive, twitchy movements.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So I think you can play. I'm just gonna say this. I think you can play longer in the WNBA. So I think the league is a lot older and a lot more experienced in the WNBA than it is the NBA.
Yeah. Okay. 100% there.
Like there's a lot of like veteran starters that are like, oh yeah, they won it in 2002 and they're still playing and starting on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I forget all their names, but I know all their faces though. One was just talking trash about Angel Reese. I was like, bro, like, why are you hating on? I feel like she do get a lot of flack. She gets too much flack. Like people be commenting on everything. Like like we were just talking off air. Like, don't post videos on Instagram if you don't want to get.
Yeah, people are ruthless.
Yeah, people get blasted on.
What do you think that is with Angel Reese? I almost called her Angel Clark. She would.
Yeah, that's
hate
crazy.
to be called
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Paige Becker. You don't really hear a lot of, but Paige Becker is also not as much swagger on the court. She's pretty low key. But people with that much swagger, whether you love them or hate them, they move the needle. And we've seen that with people like LeBron. We've seen that with people Kobe out of high school. I mean, these are also high school kids, but we've seen like Steph Curry like that guy. You want to talk about people with a lot of swagger and maybe doing a little too much that might annoy you. Even Keisei Tamanaga putting their hands on the head. For some reason, that doesn't seem to drive people nuts. But with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, it's been interesting to see the same level of, I don't want to say hatred, because like, if you hate them for that, like you need to drop that right now. It's a ridiculous thing to have that kind of, but ill contempt for
just the negativity.
Yeah. When you got a rising superstar that's going to move the needle, whether you like her or not, people are watching.
Yeah. I don't get, like you said, I don't get how you could hate them. I will say this. It's probably a lot of people who never played sports before.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's just everyone just want to be funny nowadays.
Yeah, that's a problem of today's society.
They just want to be funny. They don't take anything to meaning. Like it's just no substance. They just want to crack a joke here, but they don't understand. I guarantee, like these people see these things. These people see these things.
Have you seen those things?
Yeah.
And you're like, not like no offense to this, but like obviously you're not Caitlin Clark.
I'm not. Not even
Curry,
close. Like,
and you're getting to that.
Yeah.
So what's it look like to those guys? Did you see DJ Burns get that hate mail?
Really?
Oh yeah.
For what? What'd he do?
For a lack of better terms, his just him being him.
He just
was a problem for a person. I'm going to guess that person was not. I'm going to guess that person was white. I'm just going to fly. Like, if you read the letter, it was like, holy smokes.
Really?
Just hating on a guy, finding his physical address, taking the time to file it. Right? I mean, that's time consuming.
That's insane. It's just, I think there are good people out there. I will say this, but I just think there's a lot more people doing things for attention, doing things just to be funny. And now you got these accounts that will comment on things just to get likes and just to go viral because it's something funny. And people don't take in other people's feelings or emotions or how they feel about things or acknowledge that they're going to see them actually. But yeah, I think there's definitely like you can call it karma, but there's definitely some coming back to those kind of people who do those type of things.
Well, I think what happens is just like,
because
you wasted time.
You must not really think much about yourself if you do that. Think about it.
Yeah.
You probably don't hold yourself to a standard at all.
No, if you're cool, just slinging that kind of nonsense out.
Yeah, just like hating. Like, I get it. Haters is your motivation, but hey, if it don't gotta be like that. Like,
especially
it really don't.
when the reward is wasting time on social media.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's your reward, is getting worked up over 18, 19, sometimes even, young kids. It's kind of a crazy world. We go on that all the time. We do got to go to break here. Maybe we'll discuss that more, but we do got one more comment here as we're trying to figure out what does that arc look like for Caitlin Clark as she hits the WNBA. Justin chimes in. It's difficult to say. I don't know about comparisons. We're trying to figure out Steph Curry, Banchero. Tough one to find a good one for her. She's such a lethal, kind of a different player. Steph Curry's close as I get, but she says how she's guarded close to the three could affect her. It's a good point. A lot better perimeter defenders in the WNBA. And his point is, so I hope she doesn't rely on from the logo shots that could hurt her. But I'm not an expert. And that's fair, right? Because we did go through Trae Young.
We're not experts either, by the way.
I'd have a job for any NBA team as a scout if I was an absolute expert on it. So don't worry about that. But I will say, I mean, that's kind of what we pointed out about Trae Young, right? Like, fantastic shooter. But if you remember that first year, a lot of deep 3-point shots, better, like kind of forcing it because couldn't find that opening like he could before. But he's still that 3-point shot. He's trying to get that out. And as a result, he gets pretty low, 32% his rookie season from the 3-point line. So worth mentioning. Great comment there. We'll keep the show rolling here. We got one more segment on the other side. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a little bit.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round. And their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
He can maybe run. So like speed option, those things. All you want to do.
Speed. I can't see.
It's also. Oh, it's.
Oh,
Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill.
Down.
Come on
Just
now.
calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a
Word
parentheses or
Too many commas over there.
too many
Come on.
run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
The Mill Coffee and Tea inside our 93.7 The Ticket studio is now open 7 days a week. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday and Sundays, you can enjoy burritos, cinnamon rolls, fresh brewed coffee, delicious tea, or even their coffee and cream ale. Sold exclusively at the Ticket Mill location. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the weekends, right here at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln.
It's pro time, Nebraska. The Omaha Supernovas, your Major League Volleyball team, are about to hit the court. Mark your calendars for January 24th at 7 p.m. when we host the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation match against the Atlanta Vibe at the CHI Health Center. Witness world-class talent, including national champions and Olympians. Don't wait. Secure your single match tickets today at supernovas.com. and become a part of history.
Who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back in to Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys want to join the show, any last second comments, feel free to do so. 402-464-5685. Shout out to all the brewers for chiming in, as always, keeping me and Brewington company. We got a little bit of time here left. I don't know if you want to end on like a feel better story or what, but we're talking about some stories off air here. And yeah, just don't be doing stupid things for whatever you want to call it, clout, attention.
Yeah.
You just never know what's out there. And I'm sure some of you people know what we're referring to. But nonetheless, Chancellor Brewington, we got only really a couple minutes here. Where do you want to go with it?
I don't know. That was a great point. Man, please just mind your business.
Yeah.
Bro, if we could end it right there, bro, just mind your business. Like, people, you never know. Bro, walking down the street, you never know what a person has to go through just to get out of bed in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to even try to pick on them, or like, that don't even make that. I can't even really fathom that. That's not really some of my makeup. But if that's something or someone you know, like, and that could put them in harm's way. And the story we just heard off air, won't share it, but my goodness, yeah, just mind your business, please.
Yeah, it just didn't need to happen. You know?
Yeah,
it's like there's so many interactions where, you know, unless you see something bad going down, then it makes sense. Don't mind your business.
Right. Need some context with that.
Yeah, but if you're the instigator.
Yeah, if you're instigating, especially now, like, come on, dog.
Well, it feels like people are just on edge these days.
Yeah.
Election coming around too. I'm not going to get political.
April 8th.
Trust me.
We made it through the day. Hey, April 8th we made through today. I was like, dang, like people was like, oh yeah, the sale tower's gonna go out for the whole week.
Yeah, what was the explain the? I wasn't signed up on the conspiracy.
Yeah.
I
So
was seeing a lot of nonsense about that whole thing. I'm like, this eclipse this happened. You know, I was out there in high school in 2017.
This was the
last one?
conspiracy theory that all of a sudden, like some country was going to invade us or shoot a rocket at us or something.
And the eclipse was the perfect
and
hour.
the eclipse was the perfect hour, and there was like troops deployed everywhere, and we was going like the power was going to go out, and everyone was supposed to stock up on food and toilet paper and whatever, water, essentials, and then whatever. But we made it through the day, and we get to just wake up in the morning and live life.
Magical part about not obsessing over social media.
Oh my goodness,
I didn't even know about that, so I wasn't sweating my life away today.
You can
Not that I would have, but
you can literally go into a rabbit hole on social media, and it will mess your brain up. So please, then guess what? The news. Well, this ain't really the news, is it?
What do you mean? Well, it's news, yeah.
Okay, but I would say the big news stations.
Yeah, fair.
Like Fox
we're not
and
breaking news about something going down
Yeah.
illegal in the trade or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I would say, just trust. Don't always trust your sources. Like, do some research for yourself. That's why you travel and go to places so you have proper context to add into these places. Like, oh, they're talking about Detroit. Well, I've been to Detroit, and Detroit really not like that. But Detroit probably is the way you heard. By the way, that was just a bad example. We could probably use like the UK or like somewhere else that. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and travel.
Yeah, definitely. Just really think for yourself out there, and it's pretty crazy what people will try to convince you on these days, especially with social media. So I know it's a unique way to kind of end the show.
Yeah. I don't know. We hit so many topics tonight. My goodness.
Well, I knew it during the break, and we can't share it obviously, but I was like, I wonder how we're
segue
out of this one. And we'll just wrap it up with if you're going to be out there, don't instigate. Think for yourself. Relax on everything you hear on social media, and we can even apply this to sports. We know what it's like as Husker football fans. We get crazy for the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
it's smart to assess what you actually see before you go ahead and down, 2 gallons of Kool-Aid. But there is optimistic things here. Obviously, Matt Rule had Bill Belichick come down, do a coach's clinic. Still plenty of things to be excited about, but we'll just end it sweet here. Be kind to your neighbors, and just don't be an instigator. So everyone, stay safe out there. We made it through the eclipse. Congratulations. We will be back tomorrow at 9:00, same time. And we'll keep the ticket weeknights rolling here, so don't go anywhere. We'll set up a replay and then live again at 11 o'clock for the Daily Nebraska. And appreciate you guys listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.